Today at the Biltmore Plaza, a Live and Let Live campaign spearheaded by the Managing Director of Right Insights, Dr. Minerva Pinello, was officially launched. Throughout the next 3 months, several public service announcements centered around discrimination, be it in the workplace, inside the homes, and even as a society, will be shared across social media and during local programming. Pinello says it is an opportunity to give a voice to marginalized groups.
The campaign is rooted in our values as a Belizean society, and it looks at how to bring, through a grassroots approach, an opportunity to sensitize the wider public and to talk about stories that persons have lived. These are personal journeys of discrimination. The campaign really will walk through the public service announcements that we will have through national airtime that can help everyone to reflect and maybe either relate or question or explore, some of the difficult conversations that we need to have. It also will look at a website that was launched today and that will continue to engage us, to connect us as a community, and to be able to share stories.
It is based on the Belizean premise of neighbors need to look out for one another. So the hope is for the PSAs to spark much needed dialogue on how employers and businesses can provide access to persons with disabilities or breastfeeding mothers and even members of the LGBTI community.
The way with today is, what is discrimination? And also another question is, what face does discrimination have? As you can see from our stories today, there could be a lot of talk about populations that are considered vulnerable or marginalized, but we still have maybe systemic changes to address that will help women, that will help persons who have diverse abilities to be able to live that life and to fulfill the dreams that they have.
In attendance today were representatives from the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as well as the National AIDS Commission and the Belize Assembly of Persons with Diverse Abilities. The launch featured testimonials from persons who shared their stories about being discriminated for varied reasons.
Persons with disabilities face discrimination at every level. It is always important for us to include our population in whatever it is that we're doing. And so today at this launch, we had 2 of our members that was here in wheelchairs. And so even today was a learning experience to accessibility. Discrimination is happening not only as it relates to accessibility for our population, but discrimination when it comes to health services, when it comes to education, when it comes to housing across the board, transportation, you name it. And so it's important for campaigns such as these to bring awareness to our issues and what can be the solutions.
While the campaign is championing a change in the way people are treated given their sexual preferences, religious beliefs, adverse abilities, and the like, there are similar tones to that of the controversial Equal Opportunities Bill, for which consultations have been held. Although parallel, Dr. Pinello says that this project is separate.
It's a very good time to have a discussion like this. It's a difficult conversation, especially in the wake of a lot maybe of the controversy that surrounds the bill. We've heard persons say, well, I like 80% of it, I don't like 20% of it. This opportunity is for us to explore as an employer, as a stakeholder, as a church leader, as a community member. What do we really need to do now to sit down and decide what is next? So this is not in any way a technical review. This is not a lobby for legislative reform, but rather saying, let us sit down and talk, and then we can make up our minds.
Duane, Moody for News 5.